Hello everyone, welcome to Jennifer's Sewing and Creativity. If it is your first time joining my channel, welcome. If you're returning from a previous video or you are a previous subscriber, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about making molds. These are molds that I have already made, stones that I've already made. I'm not going to be showing you how to do the molds in this video. I'm going to just show you some of the ones that these are the ones that I've done. And there are ways that you can use different molds, and I'll show that to you in just a moment. I should have the video already up and posted of all the molds that these came from. So I will link that in the description box below, or I'll have it there so you can see it. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to start with my favorite ones. I bought these molds from a company called Resin, or Let's Resin, and these are tea light molds. And I really like the way these turned out. Before I get any further into the video though, I made these molds with concrete, and the concrete I used was not the correct kind of concrete. So I think I will just be painting these, and I'll give them maybe as gifts, or I'm not sure what I'm going to actually do with them yet. I'm not really happy with them. I'll have to see how they turn out once I do have them painted. The concrete that I used was Quikrete, but we were sold the wrong type. And by the time I already realized what was wrong, it was too late to return it. They sold us a Quikrete that had sand in it and stones, which are more known as aggregate. So when you buy a concrete mix, you want a mix that does not have any sand or any stones in it, or any rocks of any kind in it, because you're not going to be able to make your molds correctly. And the reason why I'm telling you that is, if you see this one, you can see how rough my edges are. And a lot of this was because of the sand that was in the actual concrete mix. And for some of these where they're really nice and smooth, that'll be from where the concrete and the sand didn't settle because it set up quick enough. So I still had the smoothness because the silicone molds. I'm assuming that's why they're smooth. I could be wrong. This is the first time of me actually using concrete to make molds. I have since bought excuse me, my nose is really itchy. I have since bought another brand of concrete. It's called, I believe it's called Cement All, and I have seen another artist here on YouTube use that brand, and I know she has had success with that. So that is what I went and purchased, and I will show that in another video in the future. But in these stones, what I did, in the video that shows my stencil haul, it'll show that I have, I think it's actually in my supply haul I already have posted. Excuse me. It was a chocolate mold, or a baker's mold, and I got that at Michael's. And this is what I ended up doing. Instead of throwing these molds away, I decided, why not make these look like little stepping stones for a garden where you could kind of like stagger them, but stepping stones have like rough edges, and I figured that I could make all the edges match so they were all roughened up to look like actual stepping stones, and then I could do maybe butterflies or flowers or even just regular dot mandalas on these ones. That'll be a trial project. So there's those. I bought these. Also, the video should be up for these by the time I get this one posted. It is a silicone mold haul that I purchased them from Amazon. And these were made from, oval soap molds. And when you get real rocks, when you paint with real rocks, they are not going to be even and smooth. And I kind of like the way these ones turned out. There is a slight indentation in the middle of it, and I'm okay with that because real rocks aren't always perfect. So I do like that. Some of them are a little better. This one's more flat across the top, how it turned out. This one's just got a really slight indentation. This one's got a little bit of a deeper one. And this one's not too bad, but it had a flaw here. I'm hoping when I paint over this and dot over this, these will be, you won't be able to see those. So we're going to try that. Then I got some molds that were chocolate molds for like chocolate bombs. And I decided I could make some nice little domes for paperweights. And this one's kind of flat across the top, but it does have a little divot in the middle. And we'll see how this actually turns out when I paint it. So basically these molds are going to be my test molds. I know not to use that kind of concrete again. I know certain ways to fill the mold to not get those little indentions now, like this one does. This one's got a little indention too, and that might be from where I had to set them down to have them set up. So there are those, but I think they're still going to be okay to paint. Then I got some other little small ones, and this one was filled all the way, and this one was filled about 3/4 full, and you can see the difference in the height. And I mean, this one I think could still be used as a refrigerator magnet because it's a little smaller. We'll see how that turns out. But I'm going to tell you a little bit more about these ones. When I purchased these molds, I was very, very excited when because I see a lot of other artists doing the tea light stones. And this is actually a set of 3. So you get the round one. And this one actually turned out really, really good with the concrete. Resin molds are made just a little bit different than a regular silicone mold, I believe, because they're laser etched. So they come out really super smooth. This one turned out fantastic. So there's this one. You get like the ball shaped. Then you get the flat round. And this one turned out pretty good. Then you get the one that's kind of more like oblong, kind of rock shaped. And you can see these little portions right here. And what happened with this one is I filled the mold partially and I had to quickly mix some more. And it the weight of the mold, I guess, kind of caused the supports in it to show. So, and you can see right here also that there was a bubble there, and I tried to fix it. It wasn't going to fix. So this one's just going to be something that I use for myself. But I am going to pull out some of my black paint, and I'm going to paint some of these up. And once I get those painted, I will come back and show you what they look like. I'm going to use a different paintbrush today than what I typically use. I usually use this brush to just paint my canvases with, and my, well, basically anything that I paint. I use this one to do the black. But I think I want to use this one today. Just because the brushes, the bristles are a little bit different, and I think I'll be able to get the paint kind of worked into spots a little bit more that needs to be worked in. So once I get some of them painted, I will come back and show you how the black paint looks. So we'll see you soon. Okay, so we're back. You can see that I've got a bunch of rocks here painted. I also painted the few that I did with the plaster of Paris. If you saw that video before I deleted it, you'll know what kind of an epic fail that video was. But I decided to delete it, and I will be refilming that. It was just a video that was absolutely horrible, and I don't want to portray my channel with such an awful video. It was just so bad. So that video will be refilmed in the near future. So I'm going to show you how the rocks turned out. Like I said, these were the plaster hearts. If you saw that previous video before it was deleted. So those turned out okay. I'm not sure if I need to coat the plaster with something, because it doesn't seem like the paint is, you can kind of see that it's just coming off with my nail. And these may be just something that I keep for myself, because this is the first time that I worked with plaster when I made these. And I think what I need to do is I definitely need to seal them with something before I try them again. Now this was the stone that I made with the Happy Dotting Company, and it actually turned out pretty good. It looks like the urchin. You can see those kind of faint marks there. And I really liked the way this one turned out. This was the plaster also. So I'm not sure why this one turned out so well, but the hearts didn't. So maybe the hearts had something on them that didn't stick in those spots. I'll try painting over these spots and see if they'll work later. I'm going to put these in a bin off to the side so we can clear the table as we move along. This is there is a little part there that was not dry all the way when I turned it over to paint the back. This was the mold that I made with the silver little dish, the stainless steel bowl. And this was plaster also, but this one turned out pretty good. I like the shape of it, and I will touch up that, that little spot. Okay, now all the rest of these are concrete, and this was made with the Quikrete that I told you in the previous part of the video. It had a lot of sand in the Quikrete mix, and it also had stones, which if you do use Quikrete, you wanna see that it says you want something that doesn't have aggregate in it, and the sand and the stones are considered aggregate. So when I filmed the video of me mixing all the concrete for these and pouring these molds or filling the molds, I had to sift every little bit of the concrete that I got to make these stones. And it took, to make these few stones, it took over 2.5 hours. And that was just basically an hour of that was just sifting the concrete to get everything out of it. So this actually does have sand in it. I'm surprised a lot of them turned out as good as they did. But in the future, I will be using a different brand of concrete. So this was one of the tea lights, and you can see that it had some chipping when I took it out of the mold. But it does look okay. I'm gonna keep this one for myself. This was the ball tea light, and it painted up and looks really good. And then the flat round tea light, and again it painted up okay. There are some flaws. I'm not sure if you can see those, kind of right here and here. I may be able to conceal those with the paint. We'll have to see, but this might be another one that I just kind of paint and leave somewhere when I go somewhere. So those are those. Then we have the little circles. These were in the small chocolate molds, and they turned out okay. This is one of the ones that I filled a little less, and you can see that. So those turned out okay. I do have to touch up some of them, not a whole lot. So the ones that I don't have to touch up, I'll just be putting here in my bin. That one might need a little bit of a touch up. These ones look pretty good. I thought these would be little cute desktop, and it does have a little bit of a flaw right there, but not too bad. We'll see when they get painted up. These ones may be put as a learning experience. Okay, so, and these were the ones that were done in the square mold that I got from Michael's. You'll see that in a previous supply haul video. And when I poured them, for some reason, the edges in that square mold with the crisp, the really sharp corners, edges on them, when I took them out of the mold, they crumbled. And I know it's a little harder to see when you're on, since they've been painted. And there's a little that needs to be filled in right there. You can see some of the, and there's a little. But I figured what I could do, if you've seen the, they're like a 12 by 12 block, cement block for stepping stones in a garden. And I figured I could kind of make these like that. And they have rough edges like this. And I thought these would be kind of cute, salvaging them instead of having to throw away 6 pieces, that I would make these into like miniature stepping stones, garden stepping stones that you can kind of maybe put in a plant, or maybe on a shelf near your plants. But they actually, I actually kind of like the way they turned out because they are rough, that just something a little bit different. So there's just that one little one that needs some touch up. These ones are okay. So I put those into the bin. And I have a plastic tub over here to the side of me that I'm putting everything in. That way I can have everything kept neat. And these are from other chocolate molds that these were 3-inch chocolate bomb. I think they were called chocolate bomb molds. And I kind of like the way they aren't domed on top, but they stayed kind of flat. So I kind of like that. They turned out really good painting. And actually what I did, you can kind of see on some of the bottoms of these, see how they're so like perfectly straight on the bottoms. I actually cleaned these up by taking a piece of really rough sandpaper. I think it was 180 grit sandpaper, and I put it down on a flat piece of wood, and then I took the stone and I rubbed it in a circle on it, and it really cleaned up the bottoms really well. There are some that I have to kind of like touch up just a little bit from where there was bubbles, but I think they're okay. You can see this one where it's a little more rough. This one had a little bit more of the sand in this particular one. So you can see that it's really rough on the bottom, even where you can see some of the spots where I sanded it, but it still didn't turn out as good as what I wanted it to. So those are okay. And there's 3 of those. Some of them have a little dent to them at the top, but I'm okay with those because if you're going to be painting on real rocks aren't perfectly smooth, so I think they're okay. Put those in the bin. Then these ones are from there's a Luna hair on there. These ones are from the oval soap molds. And I really love these ones. I'm really excited to work with these ones. And again, you can see that they're not perfect. And again, I'm okay with that because rocks aren't perfect. And I sanded the bottom of them also so they would sit nice and flush to the table. And these ones turned out good. I don't think I'm going to worry too much about touching up the little pieces all at one time. As I paint them, I will touch those up. So I have 12 of these, and these turned out really well. So I'll be putting those all in the box. And I think what I want to do is, instead of stacking these one on top of the other, I'm going to put some paper towel down over the top of them. Let me show you what I mean. So this is the bin that I have them in. And I've got this layer down at the bottom. And I'm going to just put some paper towel over the top of them. And that way I can stack on top of them without worrying that I'm going to scratch them up. I'm not too worried about the square ones since I do kind of want more of a rustic look to those. So I'm going to just kind of stack these up. And I'm going to take another layer of paper towel. And here is Miss Luna, the Crafty Kitty. If you have not seen her in a previous video, she is the craft room mascot, and Luna thinks the bin belongs to her. So she's gonna climb in and lay down. Miss Luna, the bin's not yours, sweetheart. The bin's not yours, okay? Okay. I'm gonna have to take you out. Oh no. Okay. So we got a little Luna blooper in the video. So I'm going to take her out, put her aside, and let's get these back in here, and a cover on here. And I'm going to go ahead and put the ones that I need to do the little touch-ups at the top, and I'll try to work with those first. Put that down here, the little ones. And I think the ones that I really want to paint first are going to be the tea light molds. I'm going to put that one in there a little upside down. So that is the bin full that I have already made. I'm going to put these aside. You can see cat hair all over the top. Luna has a thing for plastic bins. Okay, so I'm going to clean this up. This is just a piece of plastic tablecloth, and it's got the little felty back stuff to it. And there's Luna hair everywhere right now. So, and I just kind of put this on top of my table and to keep everything clean while I'm painting. So I'm going to move that aside. And that is my stones for now. But first, before I say goodnight, I wanted to show you, here's Luna again. Luna, I'm trying to work, kitten. Okay, you go back to the bin. You can sit on top of it, okay? Okay, so I wanted to show you again that in other times when I've been painting my canvases to, I buy the white canvases. I don't buy the ones that are already pre-done in black, and I just paint them. I was using this brush, and you can see that it's really floofy, a real fluffy brush. And I found these, I've had these for over a year, and I bought them for basically one brush that came in the pack. It was a really small brush, and I really liked it for, I was going to use it for nail art or for doing acrylic nails, and it just didn't work. But these brushes are, they're Crafter's Choice, and they're made by Royal and Langnickel, and I got them at Walmart. It was just a 4-piece set, and they weren't, oh, actually, I got them at Hobby Lobby. So, $4.99 at Hobby Lobby, which I don't think that's that bad. So basically $1.25 for each brush. It was a four-pack brush. And it says that they have a no-slip rubber grip and anti-glissant. I guess that's in some kind of other language. It's just a no-slip rubber grip. And it's for acrylic, watercolors, oils, temperas, glazes, okay, that's in the French or whatever. So acrylics, watercolors, oils, tempers, and glazes. And this is what I used to paint the stones this time. And I really, really like how smooth the paint went on with this brush. This is a number 12, and it just was so soft. There was not a lot of streaks as I was painting. So this is what some of the other brushes that they have. So that just gives you an idea of a brush that you could try. I really liked it. I really liked the way, again, the way it painted. So thank you for watching the video. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. Give my video a thumbs up. That lets me know that you like the video, that you like the content I'm providing, and it lets me know that since you do like it, it gives me encouragement to keep going. So we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.